Welcome back, everybody, to This Week in Crime. I'm Steve here. I'm here with the mulleted bad man himself.
Saul Trujillo.
And we're here with Katie on the ones and twos.
Hello.
Shout out. Beautiful. That voice is from the gods. Recording live at the Comedy Store Studio. Saul, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy. Having a lot of fun, just good times.
Good. Anything going on?
Bro, I am so excited. I am happy to announce that my wife and I signed a lease for a brand new apartment in Hollywood, man.
It's big. It's moving up.
Moving on up from where I was in 2019 when I moved here, living in my car, using your shower to not stink around people.
He would. I lived in a shoebox, but the shoebox had a shower.
You lived in barely a place. It was great, though.
It was... I think it was just as big as this little studio.
Nah, don't give your place that much credit. No, wait. Total, including the bathroom.
Yeah, the bathroom, too. It was rough, but it was easy to keep clean because it was literally one thing.
Yeah, and the thing about that is that you had a very small space and you're a collector of items.
Yes.
You're a sneakerhead. So
Yes.
It looked like a hoarder was like you had your bed was a 6 sneaker boxes.
Yeah, it looked like I was living in like my rich aunt's closet.
Yeah. I came into like, he's got a problem. We're here to tell him you got to stop hoarding Jordans, Steven.
And luckily it's only got worse. That's the thing about LA, When you come here, you come pretty downtrodden if you're not a rich person.
Oh, I wish. No, I don't. I feel like I'm okay with the character that I've developed from coming downtrodden. Like, I feel like you have to come in poor to see if this city fucks with you or not.
Yeah, and also it makes the wins better. Like your first year in LA, you don't know where anything is, you don't know what's happening, and then you get to lay in a bed.
Oh,
that's great.
How good does a bed feel when you haven't laid in one forever?
Yep. And then when you come here and you don't have a bed and you finally get one, you're like moving on up.
And you like sleep on a cot, you're thinking like, yo, what is this? I've been sleeping on the concrete for years.
I had floor. When I moved here, I tried to move in. I moved here for a month with a girl I was dating. Then we broke up and she still let me sleep on her floor for a while.
The fuck? You still stayed on that floor?
Yeah, for a couple weeks.
Oh man, I'd have rented a tent on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, I was thinking about knocking on a tent, being like, "Can I come in here? Do heroin with you guys?
Kind of
Smoke a little meth?
it.
Hey guys, I've got some crystal. Can we hang out?" And then I went into a place I shared with Logan Gunselman and John Gamora. Then I went into my shoebox.
That place with Logan Gunselman and John Gamora, I'd say one of the best places to get food.
Yes.
I'm talking about like kiosk food. Like
Yeah. The streets. The streets are cooking.
Streets are cooking.
Streets are cooking. There's abuelas on every corner whipping it up.
Yeah, bro. But now that the shoebox you had, I was very grateful for, because when I was living in my car for that year, when you were on the road, you were grateful enough, like, would you like to stay in my shoebox? And
yeah, you stayed and watched it, took care of the cat, and then that was right at the time I worked out with Bert, so it's like you were able to go in there.
And it made me feel like a human again.
Yeah, because you had some stories being on the streets.
Yeah, I did have some stories. You become a outdoor cat, it's hard to adapt to the indoor cat lifestyle.
For sure.
Which I was really weirded out. Like your street specifically, I've never seen this before. I don't know who hired them, but I appreciate them. It's like when any of like a vagrant would try to be on your street to harass people, they're like these little old Mexican ladies with brooms.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And aprons.
And aprons that would like push broom a homeless person back onto the main
It was great.
street.
They'd push him out like an old piece of trash or something, they would sweep them into the street. And it was great. I think Ralph's hired them, but they never had any affiliation with Ralph's. Like they never wore anything that was Ralph's based, but they did sweep the side streets. That place was cool and everything other than the apartment. Like the location was great, allowed me to get around. Apartment was fine. It was just so small.
Also, at the same time, you're so used to adapting to situations that it wasn't that great. Like if you really look about it now, like the 2 apartments down, that was like a hostel for like drug addicts.
Yeah, I think it was like a fraternity back in like 1910.
Yeah, but now they use it for somebody who can't get her kids back because she can't put the needle down.
It's a halfway place for sure. And most of the rooms were empty. This one guy downstairs, he closed up all of his windows so like the odor would seep out. And then
your downstairs neighbor stabbed someone.
And who was my other neighbor?
Yeah, it was
There's
your
a
other
neighbor on neighbor stabbing.
stabbing neighbors, but you were like, man, this is pretty good, man. This is pretty
Hollywood. I'm in the big time, man. I'm dancing in the street. I'm living with my dream.
That's what happens when you move to LA. You just take the steps of more space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you could slowly get up, then it seems like you're doing something. If you start and you move into a great apartment,
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
That's why I see when people move to the Hollywood Hills, I'm like, yo, that person probably started out sleeping in a tent. You let him enjoy his fucking hill, all right?
And the worst part about moving in LA is you can get a place that's rent controlled.
Why is that the worst part?
Because then you never want to move.
Yeah, there's some people that live in a place of like this, like half of it, the time it's on fire.
Yep.
Like, but hey, the rent's pretty good, huh? Like, I
A
guess.
little smoke never hurt anybody. I'm like, that's asbestos. No, but really, at that old little shoebox apartment I had, a guy had been there since the 80s, and he was paying $250 a month. I was paying $1,250 for a room.
The same size as his?
Yeah, same size as his. I mean, literally as big as this black square here.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be at that place if it was $250 a month. I would just have that room. That's just a room. I would never live there.
Well, I always thought about there's this one. It was so funny. This one couple downstairs started dating. So they used one room as the bedroom, and the other room was their living room. So I always thought it was kind of funny.
That is pretty great.
Yeah,
That's
you're
an
almost
interesting
there
way.
because they've been there a long time too. So they're
Yeah.
still probably spending like $1,200 for a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, so like, they're
bad.
fighting. They're like, I'm going to the living room. I'm sleeping in the living room.
You got to knock like motherfucking show knocker. So what's your place now? So then you went from car to you and your wife moved into a studio.
About the size of this with a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, which also not great. Can't
No.
run in. It's an older building, which most of the buildings in Hollywood are. So you can't run an air fryer or else the circuit breaker goes.
Damn.
Yeah. So we're going there. Now we're moving to a 1-bedroom. I mean, just the dream of living in the city. Like I'm in Thai Town, and it's just walking distance to all my favorite food.
Yeah.
I'm walking distance from I'm gonna die is what's gonna happen. I'm walking distance from noodles and coffee and a dispensary.
Yeah, I think I know where the area you are, and we got to hang out. I show you all the good spots because there's this soup place I'm going to go tonight that's just fucking incredible. And it's just an old woman on the street with a wok going at it, just making...
Based on the cough you coughed earlier with the amount of phlegm in it and that your love for soup, you are aging into a 79-year-old.
I'm dying. I want it my time coming out. I am dying.
I need warm liquid to really just get the stuff in the back of my throat, clear it up.
You know what the problem has been? I have had this problem since I headlined La Jolla Comedy Store. If you guys missed it, you fucking missed a sick-ass weekend. One of the best weekends of my life. And I planned it all out. I love La Jolla because, you know, La Jolla just seems like a whole city that's drunk on red wine. I mean, everyone's a little loosey-goosey. Their teeth are a little purple.
It's a beach town.
It's a beach town. It's an
Yeah.
upper-class beach town.
Which means you take your fucking vino to the beach.
Yep, and it's good vibes, you know. Like, no one's working.
Why would you?
So on my way down there, I start to get a little verklempt. And on my way down, I stopped at this place called Uptown Provisions. I'm a big egg salad guy. How do you feel about egg salad sandwiches?
It's one of my favorite things that I'm not allowed to. I wasn't allowed to eat in my old apartment before I moved, just because my roommate hated the smell.
Fair.
He was traumatized as a kid. I guess somebody had brought egg salad sandwich. Little Mexican girl brought egg salad sandwiches every morning to the bus stop, and he had to sit next to her. So he's like, the smell of egg salad like made him freak out.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love it though.
I love it too.
Ugh.
I have a sandwich. It's called this. I like to name things after myself. This is the Steve Fury. It's an egg salad, onion, tomato, lettuce, 3 pieces of bacon.
That's not an egg. That's bacon doing half the work.
Well, that's Steve Fury doing all the work. Check it out if you chumps. I used to work at a ice cream shop growing up. And in this, and I got in trouble because I kept naming things after myself and tell my friends to come in and buy them.
That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to do.
My friends would come in and be like, "Can we get the Steve Fury sandwich and the Steve Fury shake?" And my boss would lose his fucking mind.
You'd be like,
Steve Fury shake, half mint chip, half Oreo cookie.
Are you just gonna open up Steve Fury sandwich shop? Like Steve Fury's burritos?
And I got my blunt, Steve Fury blunt. I could go into that too. It's very long.
It's everything, just your head on it.
It's just my face is on the blunt wrap. No, it's a bunch of little extracurriculars. So then I went to the sandwich shop, start getting sick. Start getting real sick. Then I head down to the Comedy Store, checked. When the thing about when you start headlining is it stops being as fun as featuring because there's no pressure on feature.
It's the best spot.
It's the best spot. You do a decent amount of time.
People give you a lot of, you were better than
the headliner.
headliner.
And if you suck, no one even remembers who you were.
I don't know. You go home. It's the best.
Headlining, you got to start worrying about ticket sales.
Yeah.
So I go down there. I'm a little bit worried. Once I get down there, I realize I had already sold out the first two original.
Woo, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You're full of egg salad. You're safe.
I'm drunk off egg salad and NyQuil. My fart's a level of foul that no human has ever smelled.
Okay, but you're at the beach air.
But I'm dancing. Getting sicker, dancing. Second show was great. Next day, all the shows were great. I had one of my I got a fan in San Diego that when he comes to my shows in San Diego, he brings me 2 pounds of tuna fish jerky.
Well, okay. When you paused when you said 2 pounds, in my head,
marijuana.
I was expecting marijuana,
Yeah.
maybe an illicit drug we would have bleeped out. I wasn't expecting dried fish from a baggie.
You know what's funny is I would smuggle this over the borders if I had to. It's so good.
Tuna jerky is so good.
Yeah, you would take like an X-ray of me, and you'd see condoms filled with tuna jerky in my asshole going all the way up.
It's incredible. Weird thing to smuggle in.
It's incredible.
Okay.
So he brought that down, party that day, and then I was trying to think of a way to, getting good with the staff.
Yeah.
Other than me fucking murdering all weekend.
Yeah.
So then last day I bought 6 pizzas.
Jesus Christ, Steve.
Yeah.
Your egg salad. Dehydrated tuna. You're just mixing all these things in your stomach.
I eat like a feral street cat. Like when you see a cat eating out of a garbage.
You could coax Steve into your house if you got some you got some soup, some stews, some dried meats.
It's a sad life, but someone's got to live it.
Yeah.
But I was able to reach 2 bonuses on that, and it was one of the best weekends of my life. And I'm very happy. Thank you, Comedy Store Lawyer, for doing it.
And this was a last-minute pickup that ended up being a fucking thriving situation for you, man.
We're starting this one with a banger, everybody's favorite segment. What does it look like she did?
Ooh.
First off, incredibly attractive.
Yeah, she looks like she stole my heart right now. I'm in love. Hello.
She looks like she just told me she is single and very horny and asked me to send her a Venmo to Al Muhammad Al Mamur in Nigeria after some weird app I've never heard of.
Yeah. You got to send it through Target gift cards.
I love you forever.
I don't know about this. She does look like someone's unstable ex. You know what I mean?
She looks like someone asked AI to draw every Sephora employee. Just a random Sephora.
She's like a guy who just like, oh, what would it look like if I put myself through a filter that looked like a lady? Like, yo, Steve is sexy.
That's that wool. That's that wool with the filter.
Dude, she looks like she scratches cheater into someone's Lexus with a house key.
For sure.
Doesn't she?
She has an Instagram page all about how hard it is to be a mom, even though her husband is an oiled field worker who barely sees her kids.
Oh, man.
She looks like one of those Texas moms who only takes pictures of her kids while she holds a giant Starbucks.
Yeah, that's an NFL wife here.
That's an NFL wife. That's what it looks like she did. What did she actually do? Woman allegedly used social media to find and kill her doppelganger so she could fake her own death. Saul,
what's up?
How would you stage your death?
Well,
stage it.
Yeah, like stage my own death? I mean, I'd make it as realistic as possible. I would buy $1,000 worth of Taco Bell.
Dead in the bathroom.
Dead in the bathroom. Dead in the tub, the way the gypsy said it. How would you?
I mean, if I'm being serious, I would find a person, they'd be kill them. Then I'd cut their head and hands off, put them in only Sacramento's gear, King's gear, and then light them on fire.
No dental records or nothing?
Cut their head off and their hands.
You're good, dude.
I've studied this. Not that I'm saying I'm trying to escape, but if you are close to my height or weight, I'd watch the fuck out. Boy's coming for you. A 23-year-old German Iraqi woman is accused of killing a beauty blogger she met online who looked just like her. Authorities say the alleged murder was a part of the suspect's elaborate plan to stage her own death. Saul, do you have any doppelgangers?
I hate this fucking. Yeah, it's in my goddamn set. Many times I've been told, when I was heavier mostly, now it's not as bad, that I look like Yolanda what the fuck's her name? The lady who killed Selena?
Yeah.
Yeah. We almost have the exact facial features to where I used
Chin
to
hair, same.
Same. We had the same haircut at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was it's bad when you're a bigger dude with a more feminine face, because then you start to grow your hair out. It's awful. It's awful. I had her haircut, the exact haircut she had when she killed Selena.
For sure. I mean, back in the day, I always told people you had tamale lady vibes.
It's fucked up because I make pretty good tamales.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, pretty not
Sells them in
bad.
the back of a bike with a little ice twist.
Yeah.
I always get, when I was younger, I always get Colin Farrell a lot. Now I get Seth Rogen.
When did they say you look like Colin Farrell? I'm not trying to say you weren't.
195. Strong eyebrows.
Bully Steve?
Thinner. Bully Steve.
Mean Steve.
Mean Steve.
Okay.
Talking shit Steve. You know, my bully thing, we've talked about this. I spread it out to everybody.
Yeah.
I think if you bully someone, you bully a person. You can't bully a whole group of people. Oh, that's a racist. Okay, never mind.
What do they say that old fucking old man cough Steve looks like now?
Seth Rogen.
And you hate it.
I just think it's an open insult to someone to say to my face. It'd be like going up to a woman and be like, "You look like Kathy Bates." I mean,
My wife says you don't look like Seth Rogen at all. She says she can see how people would see it, but absolutely not.
yeah, I don't feel it at all. And also, you know, there's a lot of Seth Rogens. Like we talking about Knocked Up, where a movie was literally based around him being unfuckable.
That one's really hurtful to you.
That one's hurt.
If they said you look like Knocked Up Seth Rogen, you'd probably fight them.
Yeah, I will come after you, dog. Me and my giant Katherine Heigl wife. But if you said Green Hornet Seth Rogen or like Pottery Seth Rogen looks all right.
You're trying to justify.
I'm trying to do it.
We
Still
look
pretty rough.
good, me and Seth, is
Still
what I'm
pretty
saying.
not fun. The Munich-based suspect identified in German news outlets as Shadabon K allegedly scored Instagram for a lookalike to target before settling on an Algerian beauty blogger named Khadija O. I feel like this woman doesn't understand that cops don't identify bodies by sight.
She looks like me,
It
therefore
looks like
she is
Charles.
me.
That might be Charles.
What's this, dental records? What's this talking about? What are you talking about here?
I feel like she thinks a cop's going to walk up and be like, that looks like Steve Fury. And it's just a ball of melted butter in a bong.
With your hat?
With my
With
hat
a
on?
trucker hat on? Clearly him.
According to authorities, Shadabon K sent the victim, who lived about 100 miles away in Epigen, messages about makeup before allegedly luring her to meet by promising her cosmetic kits. Raise your hand if you knew Algeria was only 100 miles away from Germany.
I mean, we live in California. Everything's 100 miles away.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I don't even understand the Midwest, let alone Algeria.
I took a train to France, and they're like somewhere not. I was like, you're in a different country.
Yeah, you went to France and came back?
This is how stupid
100
we
miles?
are.
Yeah. 100 miles is the same as SAC to SF. I have no idea where anything is. No. People say I'm dumb, but it's like, bitch, I use Apple Maps to get to the store, and I live on the same street.
I don't know east, west, north, and my wife teases me for it. I don't know where I'm at half the time.
I can kind of feel the east, west, north.
Okay, where are you at? Where's east, west, north from where you're facing?
If I'm under here, that street's there. I think that's north.
I hope you're right, because
I go by the 5. If I can feel where I am to the 5 goes north to south.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But even then, even if I could be on I-5 North right now, going towards north, and my brain would still be like, where am I going? I don't know where I'm at.
Are we horizontal or vertical? I'm not sure what's happening. On the day of the alleged crime, Shadabon K and her boyfriend Shakir K allegedly picked the victim up in their vehicle, then drove her to a forest in Ingolstadt and stabbed her to death.
Ugh. Oh, my God. What's Ingolstadt? That sounds like a place you'd stab someone to death.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just disgusting names of places in general. I feel like a person who looked just like her, started dating her, and asked her to give her free makeup sounds insane. Saul, how would you lure your doppelganger in?
How would I lure someone who looked like me in? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. If he's anything like me, it would definitely be like free samples to something. Like if it's
anything,
a Costco situation, free anything. I drive towards being cheap, and if it's like a free sample to something, you got my attention. I go to Ralph's, I get 2-3 toothpicks. So I would put it big. Yeah, I would free sample to something. What about you?
Me, if someone was like, "Hey, Steve, there's a gig that pays in tequila and backwoods," I'm like, "On my way, dog."
That's most gigs.
That's most gigs. That's why I'm easily murdered. Kahija O was allegedly stabbed more than 50 times, and her body was left in the back of a Mercedes, which was driven by Shutterbun. Can we please stop stabbing people?
No.
No, you're in the stabbing.
I'm into stabbing versus shooting.
Shooting for sure.
You would prefer to shoot over stabbing?
So less personal. Shooting's like a magic thing that you just want, like, and the person's gone. Stabbing, they're like, you're not going to kill someone with one stab. They killed 50 times.
Shooting's really selfish because you don't get to. You gotta feel that death. As I'm stabbing them, I gotta see their life leave their eyes. Man, he's just shooting you and run away. Don't be a coward.
You're like one of those hunters who are like, I don't buy my meat from Raley's. I got to go down and watch it die.
I understand that after I stab you, I'm gonna get a little bit of blood, put it against my gums to respect the animal.
50 times. I don't think I could do anything 50 times. Also, if I'm staging my death, it's going to be a lot cooler than stabbed 50 times and less for dead.
Also, the boyfriend. Is he just like, does he have a secret girlfriend? Is she dead? She's like, he's going to go to her funeral? Like, you helped stab.
That's funny, yeah.
Isn't that, what's going on there? Like, she's just like, help me fake my own death. You love me. I was like, well, where do we go from here?
Also, boyfriend of the year.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
My girlfriend wants me to take out the trash. I'm like, no. But she's like, how about we go stab some Algerian bitch and pretend I died?
And you're like, why stab? We'll shoot an Algerian bitch. I don't want to stab.
I'm not gonna die that sad 50 times. If I'm gonna kill myself and stage it, I want people to be like, listen, local open mic comedian found dead. He was covered in female ejaculate, cocaine, and $100 bills. Also, somehow, even after his death, his dick was rock hard. Scientists don't know.
He died rock hard. Like how
rock
we live.
hard.
Came in this world rock hard. Came and let this world rock hard.
That'd be scary if your baby came out with a fucking hammer hard.
Because just imagine, like, I can't. Stabbed. Were they trying to make it come off as a suicide or like someone murdered her?
No!
The world is hard.
When Sharaban failed to return home that day, she told her family she was meeting her ex-husband in Ingolstadt, according to prosecutors. Her parents went out to look for her in that area. They soon uncovered an abandoned car with a deceased woman's body in it.
Ugh. Wow.
I mean, goddamn, Eastern European countries have the ugliest fucking names.
They probably feel like that about us, you know? Because we can't pronounce the names. But to our American palate or eyesight, I guess Ingolstadt is probably just like Milwaukee to them.
I guess, but imagine you're like, hey, I got to get AZA, so I need to stop by Geflurken on my way. I'm going to get my dress. I'll get my dress and go over to, Tunseltown, and then later I'll get some...
Kumseltown has the best eggs.
They have the best eggs. They're cheaper than normal. Shutterbon's family believes she was the victim in the back seat because of the strong resemblance between the two women. Also, the severity of the victim's stab wounds made details of her facial appearance hard to recognize. However, an autopsy proved the body actually belonged to Khadija O. Jesus Christ. She stabbed the bitch 50 times in her face?
I wouldn't be able to. Because I'm too egotistical about myself. I like got stabbed from here, but I want to see that beautiful face, you know?
Yeah.
You want to be able to identify your doppelganger in the death. Like, that's definitely kind of Saul. You know?
It's off-brand Saul, like the cereal.
It's Kirkland brand Saul.
The weapon in the killing has still not been found. It has been confirmed that the accused had contracted several women via Instagram before the act who seemed to look similar to her. It can be assumed that the suspect wanted to go into hiding due to internal disputes with her family in faking her own death. Shutterbon K and alleged accomplice Shakira K were detained by police in August 2020 and are both charged with murder.
Why did she want to fake her own death? Does it ever explain that?
Apparently she just had some big problems with her family.
I don't care how, if you owe your mom money or something like that, I wouldn't fake my own death. Me being alive would hurt them more, you know, especially if they were mad at me. They're like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it is in Iran, how hard it can be for women and shit.
Fuck. Why you got to bring it up like that, Steve?
I mean,
think about that. You're right, 100%. I'm all like, dumb idiot. I'm like, aw, you just bummed me out.
Well, like, in essence now, I don't care that much what my family thinks of me. So, like, I can't understand of what running away from these people would be. But, I mean, she had a Mercedes.
Yeah, she did. What would be reasons to fake your own death? I would go one is because there can only be one.
Yep, for sure.
It's like Highlander.
Yeah,
'Cause
Highlander.
I'll go try anybody who looked like the lady who killed Selena. As soon as she gets out, you better believe.
I got
watch
you,
out.
bro.
I got you. I'm on your tracks, dog. And then I don't know, to start over, dude. I don't know. I don't want to do this at the store no more. I'm done being married. I'm just gonna go fucking live off the land, stabbing people.
Where would you
50
go?
times. Probably just live at the Grapevine. Just
live
like,
at
like a cow, just on those hills.
That cow's doppelganger looks like Saul Trujillo. It's crazy. They're both eating Taco Bell. All right, that is another fantastic. What does it look like she's doing? Up next from FoxNews.com, the best place to get news.
All right.
Illinois woman charged with stealing $1.5 million in chicken wings from school district.
What the fuck? That's my favorite headline of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
Of all time, from 1.5 million.
Also, didn't know schools sell chicken wings.
I don't think they can. Like, they can't sell peanuts because kids are stupid now. You know, like, you can't determine what a bone is. Remember, we used to know what bones were. Now you can't. I don't know.
Can't tell what's a peanut, what's a bone. The Illinois woman was accused of stealing $1.5 million in food, mostly chicken wings, over nearly 2 years from a school district. Was discovered after an audit revealed the district was hundreds of thousands of dollars over budget, despite only being halfway through the school year. How did no one notice this? They just thought these children went to school at a Buffalo Wild Wings?
I don't understand. Like, how do you? That's on the school district for letting that happen. I you just not seeing what she ordering are like fruit cups, stuff for meatloaf, very cheap pizza. We don't give kids chicken wings.
I know you don't give. And also, okay, let's do this. Let's just say it's 50-cent Wing Tuesdays. Okay, let's just say.
50 cent. I think you're trying the whole meal's trying to be 50 cents. It's a school lunch.
I know, but I'm just trying to gauge how many. So that's $3 million. 3 million chicken wings. So 1.5 million chickens died for this. Almost.
Yeah, for this scheme.
I love also how it's like mostly chicken. Like no one found it interesting. She also stole celery and carrots. God damn, this bitch loves blue teas.
She has a Wingstop. She's a franchise owner on the side. No one noticed that.
What was your favorite dish from a cafeteria?
Ooh. Oh, probably. I'm a hack though. Chicken nuggets, man. So
Classic.
I guess the chicken nugget, the chicken wing equivalent. Chicken, and we had the dino nuggets that were always burnt because I went to a Catholic school.
Yeah, they were either undercooked or burnt.
Yeah, they couldn't quite get it.
The bottom half was all spongy still because it was like sitting down.
My fucking Stegosaurus was in blackface because his little head was burnt. I was like, all right, still good. Barbecue sauce is still good.
What I used to do, I've always been the chocolate milk guy.
Yeah.
I love the chocolate milk. And you remember like there'd be like one day a year you'd get a strawberry milk?
No.
We had that. Like one time a year you'd get the strawberry and it was pandemonium.
Can you imagine? It's like Wing Wednesday. You're like, oh, fucking wings and chocolate milk. That'd be a fucking day right there. You kind of need the milk to get you down from those hot-ass wings.
My meal when I was a kid, I got $3 a day when I was a kid.
Yeah.
For in middle school, pretty much to high school. High school, I got $5. And I would go, we had like a little snack place. I'd go there and I'd buy a Snowstorm.
Yeah.
It was a cup of Oreo ice cream.
You don't got to educate me on what it is, bud.
I grew up in a Snowstorm flavor. What is North Dakota? So I'd buy that. That was $1.50.
Yeah.
Then I'd save $1.50 a day.
Yeah.
No, I'd save $1 a day. I'd take the other $50 at the end of the day. I'd buy a candy bar. And then I'd use the $1 a day. At the end of the week, that'd be $5. My other friend would do the same thing. At the end of the week, we had $10, and we'd buy 1 gram of marijuana, go to his house over the weekend, and we all smoke it.
Whoa. That's what was the beauty of like having that type of $3 to $5 allowance was trying to make it work, not just for lunch.
Yeah.
Just because I would do almost the same exact thing, but for just saving money in general. And it got better towards high school because in high school, my homie started working at the shop, like the shop where they sold all the snacks, the snack shop. So I didn't pay for anything all of sophomore year. Also, sophomore year, he'd be like, "Yo, the manager's gone. No one's here. Grab what you can." So I'd grab chips. I'd grab hella stuff and I put it in my bag. I think it was a good year because my buddy Juan was there. didn't pay for anything.
Fantastic.
Saved so much money. So I just pocketed the $5.
Do you guys have cup of noodles?
Fuck yeah, we had
Yeah,
cup
that
of
was
noodles,
awesome.
dude. And then we just take that shit to the microwave. Come on.
I went to one. I got kicked out of my school one time, and then I was able to come back. But while I went to this other school, they had like different days where they have like a pizza day, and they bring in pizza, and you could buy real pizza.
Yeah.
We never had that in my other school.
You know, you like that other school fucking sucks.
Public school, no, they didn't know that shit.
What's public school? They're trying to feed kids as affordably as possible. You know what I mean? So every meal should realistically be $2 a day at the end of the day for them. So it's like a fruit cup and milk and like really terrible pizza. Do you remember the taste of that pizza from cafeteria?
Damp. That's what I remember the taste being.
It was damp
and like saran wrap cheese. You like snap it. I feel like the food that they give public kids is a lot like when you drive the 5 and you go past all the cows that are all pushed together eating slop off the ground.
Yeah,
and then private school kids are like free roaming cows.
There's a big truck that has the same food. And one goes to like school districts, the other one goes to prisons. I mean, they're both getting the same chocolate milk. They're both getting the same. I had my old roommate had like the school cafeteria, but he also had they made chocolate milk for prisons. So it said he brought home chocolate milk, and it said for California prison on it with a little cow on it. They actually have their own milk. So I was like, I'm drinking milk that prisoners have.
Murderers drink. That's crazy. Vera Liddell, 66, allegedly placed hundreds of unauthorized food orders with Gordon Food Service, the main food supplier in the Harvey School District 153. The scheme ran from July 2020 to February 22 during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dude, she's the reason Wingstop had to become the goddamn monstrosity thigh stop for a while.
Have you had the thighs, though?
No, that's fucking disgusting.
You don't like thighs?
What, I'm going to be out with my boys just eating Buffalo Ranch thighs over my fucking dead body? It's an abomination, all that's holy.
You can't even eat thighs trickily. You can't even like put them in.
Just peeling the skin off with my bros.
Let's get some thighs. Let's get some brews. It does sound weird.
Yeah, I just see my boys watching the game eating thighs. Like, what the fuck are we, wolves? It's uncivilized. She is charged with felony theft and continuing a financial crimes enterprise. Liddell allegedly placed the orders, including 11,000 cases of chicken wings, separately from the district's legitimate orders. The food service providers then billed the district, which made the payments.
Wow. She was like, what? Did they explain why? Did she give herself an explanation as to what she
I
was
tried to
doing
look,
with it?
man, because it's like, there's no way this woman ate $1.5 million worth of chicken wings in 2 years.
No way. So I'm just trying to figure. She was like hoarding it like toilet paper during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You are correct. That's why Wingstop became Thigh Stop, because of this one devious
woman.
person.
Man. After placing the fraudulent order, she allegedly would pick up the food in a school district cargo van. The scheme was discovered when a manager conducted a routine mid-year audit and found the district had exceeded its annual budget by over $300,000, despite only being halfway through the year. This woman is the goddamn Harriet Tubman of chicken wings, a Kentucky Fried Underground Railroad, just bringing them to safety.
$1.5 million in chicken wings. Was that like 9 bags? Chicken wings are expensive.
I know. Hers was $300,000
$300
for 1.5 million worth of chicken wings. I don't know.
That's got to be like 900 chicken wings. It can't be that much. You know. I know. Here's the thing, and plus the halfway 300. How do you not notice $300K? That's on not on her. That's on the like whoever's doing the budgeting of the school. They're like, all right, that's fine. $300K, we got it.
Also, it's not even $300K like an accountant fucked up. It's wings. So there's got to be like a whole area of your business without wings anymore. Employees at the Gordon Food Service told investigators they're all familiar with Liddell because of the massive amount of chicken wings she would purchase. Prosecutors said.
Wow.
Incredible. What an incredible woman.
I don't understand. Like, they're trying to make her come off like this like a crime enterprise. Like, it's not Breaking Bad.
No.
It's just chicken wings. She's not bringing fucking dope up and down the goddamn border.
Yeah.
She's not selling chicken wings in little baggies.
What did you do with all the chicken wings? Every time she went to
to
a person's house, she just brought a 12-piece over.
The queen of potlucks. Yeah, chicken wing lady. She comes over. She brings like 50 chicken wings every time.
We got to get Miss Liddell. She's going to bring over 30 racks. And they are New York style with both sides on there. All right, everybody. That's another fantastic episode. This Week in Crime. I'm Steve Fury.
It's Al Trujillo.
Michael Katie on the ones and twos. Thank you, Comedy Store Studios. Make sure you check out Comedy Store Studios Podcast Network. Leave a comment. Peace, y'all. See you next time.